Welcome to something short and sweet on the Parsha this week, Parshas Vayechi. Every year at this time, I overcome by a bit of sadness. Week in and week out, we learned about the Avos and Imos, the patriarchs and matriarchs. We learned about Avram Avinu's kindness and his insight. The tznius, the modesty, Sarah, the devotion, Yitzchak Avinu, selflessness of Rivka, etc. And this week, Parshas Vayechi, Sefer HaYashar, the book of those that are just, those that are straight, those that are our grandfathers and grandmothers, as the Navi calls them, the rock from which we were hewn. We close the book and we'll miss them. We'll miss those learnings, miss those teachings for another year. The last thing that we learned from the last of the Avos, the Bechir Sheba Avos, the choice of the patriarchs and matriarchs, Yaakov Avinu, is the celebrated Birchos Yaakov. Many children, when they're young, they learn the Birchos Yaakov by heart. Yaakov Avinu blesses his children. He ish ki birchaso berachosa. Each of them, according to who they were, according to his understanding of their nature and their future, he blesses them. And yet, when you begin to read these brachos, these blessings, we might be shocked. The first of the blessings, the bracha to Ruvain, the bracha to Shimon and Levi, they seem to be a caustic rebuke. Ruvain, pachas kamayim al tosa, os chilalto mishkavei isha. You're hasty, you're impetuous. You could have been the Kohen. You could have been the Bechor, the firstborn. Sorry. It has to be taken away from you. Shimon v'Levi achem klei chamos mecheru oseihem. Shimon and Levi, your zealotry. Oh boy. Wiped out the city of Shechem. What you did to Yosef HaTzadik. Difficult to understand. Where is the bracha? Where is the blessing? So, the Balei Musar tell us a glorious idea. I don't know if there's a more important idea for life. The masters, the ethical masters, explain to us that every person has positive qualities and negative qualities. Each of us are different. That's why the Gemara says when you see Achsole Yisrael, when you see a group of 600,000 or more Jews, you make a bracha of Chacham Harazim, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so wise. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in tune with the various personalities of each of these human beings, because everyone is different. And each person has a central trait, a central character trait, which is beautiful. From that character trait, say the Balei Musar, one can develop all good character traits. And we see this. A child is born and he's unusually, for example, unusually honest. Sometimes it gets him into trouble. He cannot tell a lie. It's a beautiful, beautiful midah. Say the Balei Musar, it's so important to know that quality. Because if I know that I am made out of the stuff of truth, and I know that it's with this need for truth that I have, that I can move forward and that I could develop, I could be mashlim, I could actualize all of my personality traits. Let's say I'm not so kind. Let's say I'm a bit lazy, but I'm truthful. The truthfulness will inspire me to work a little harder, to work a little faster. Because the truth of the matter says, I need to get this done. I like to sit back. I like to relax. I want to say tomorrow. But the truth of the matter says, do it now. The truth of the matter says, you need to get it done. So I'm not so kind. That's not my quality. A chesed needs to be done. A kindness needs to be done. But I'm not feeling it. But if I look at it through the eyes of truth, of my midah, this person needs me. This person's depending upon me. The truth of the matter is that I need to do this. I'm going to develop my kindness, just like I will develop my sense of alacrity, getting over my laziness. On the other hand, if I don't realize that that's my quality, emes is my quality, and I let those aspects of my personality, which are not so developed, which are not so refined, which are not naturally good, pull down my truth, I might lose it. In the same vein, say the Balei Musar, every single person has a part of their personality which is deficient, really deficient. Call it a black hole in their personality. We're between friends. Did you ever look in the mirror and see a part of you that you really didn't like? Don't let that define all of you. That's natural, that's normal. People have that. We have a deficiency, we have a weakness, but we need to know about it. Because I can't put myself in a situation which is going to exacerbate that deficiency and have that deficiency destroy the rest of me. I need to circumscribe that deficiency. I need to have caution tape all around it. I need to be very careful that I don't let that destroy me. And to the contrary, I let my positive traits pull me along in that area. Fortunate is the person who recognizes his personality, who recognizes his positive traits and his negative traits. Rav Shlomo Wolbe says very beautifully, there's a Maimer Chazal, where the sages tell us that when we come up after 123 angels are going to greet us, and they're going to ask us what our name is. And sages say that most people won't know. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean? My name is Chaim. I know my name. If anything, I know my name. So says Reb Wolbe, what does that mean? The name means the essence of a person. It doesn't mean the name that people call you. It means who you are. So you come up after 120 years. And the first thing that this group of angels asked is, do you know what made you tick? Do you know your positive qualities, your negative qualities? If you did, the chances are you had a very successful life. Because that is the material from which we build a life. That is the material from which we can actualize ourselves. Fortunate is the person who knows who they are. And hence, Yaakov Avinu, his last discussion with his precious children, he told them who they are. he defined each and every one of them very carefully. What makes them tick? And the Torah outlines for us the major themes in all of them. You know, it's very interesting. The Abarbanel, the great commentary of Abarbanel on the pasuk, Ish kibirsa vayivarechosam, and he blessed them. Ish kibirchaso berechosam. So the Abarbanel says very clearly there were other blessings besides these, other blessings that had to do with the personality of each and every one of them. But these are the ones that the Torah wrote for us to learn from, and for us to see, for us to identify, to look at Parshas Vayechi and look into our own personality. Yaakov Avinu bequeathed to us this very important message. Who am I? What is my positive qualities? And on the other hand, what is my negative qualities? That's the parting shot, the parting message from Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. Who are you? Thank you so much for listening. Have a great Shabbos.